Okay, so welcome, guys. Welcome to the fuck. It's almost 1 in the morning, right? So we call it the I don't know midnight monologue by James Tayoro. Has a catchy ring to it, right? So I'm sat here, yeah. Actually, before I get in, let me just play with the light a little bit. Got a remote for see, look, got a remote for the lights. What we think? What we thinking? Too bright? Got the fucking shiny lips for some reason, but look into the show. Why the fuck, yeah? Why the fuck are we, people in the UK, and to be fair, I think this also applies to a lot of guys in America too, and women, maybe. Why are we getting shamed for not wanting to be the global police? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it that we're suddenly bad people because we don't want to give our taxpaying money, or even worse, money printed from fucking the government's never-ending money machine, right? The never-ending money printer. Yeah. Why is it that we're bad people because we don't want to give money to Ukraine? Like, what's bad? What's bad about not wanting to be the police? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say, right? I'm on a TV show, right? Let's pretend I'm super famous or big enough to be a guest on a show, right? I go to Piers Morgan, and I like Piers for many reasons, right? But I have, sometimes there's a few things I don't know about. But you're never gonna like everyone 100%, right? But let's say I'm on Piers Morgan. I'm sat there. He's asking me about the things I've said. They're controversial. Why do you keep saying faggot and shit? And I say, yeah, because fucking people are fucking faggots. Sweet. And then he starts asking me questions. Okay, why don't you want to send money to Ukraine? And then I say, because I think the money should be spent in the UK first. And I also think that by us sending the money to Ukraine, and Zelensky, the actor, deserves an Oscar, by the way. Really good actor. Really good actor. He should fundraise for charities. Or if you've got a startup company, it'll get you some investors, right? Anyways, so I, give my points and say, look, I don't want to go into Zelensky. I don't want the war continuing, and I think that we're funding Ukraine. By funding Ukraine, what we're doing is prolonging the war, and the conclusion, or the way this war will end, will inevitably be Russian victory. Or either I don't like Ukraine. Well, no, it doesn't matter. Not that that's what I'm saying, but it doesn't matter what I say. Right? No matter how valid a point is, I guarantee he would, come with the argument of, well, don't a country deserve to be, fight back against terrorists? Bruv, sure, but why do we have to do it for them? Right? Because if you think about what a war is in today's day and age, right? In this 21st century, right? War is basically money. It's money, right? And look, it's always been money, but now it's especially money because you don't really need to die in a battlefield as much as you used to, right? Because also money gets you the guns and the ammo and the good guns, right? The more money a country has, the better guns and ammo they get, right? Or the more guns and ammo they get. So why is it that by us not wanting to give money to Ukraine, we're suddenly called these bad people? Right? We get guilted as if like, oh well, they're gonna lose without us. It's like, well then isn't that they should probably just lose now quickly? Because we can't fund them forever. Unless that's what the government want, is a never-ending war, right? Same with Israel. Same with Palestine. It doesn't matter what side you're on. Like, Israel Palestine is the perfect example, right? Because then you get shamed from both sides, right? In the UK, not so much, but in America, they really have like this alliance to Israel, right? Especially on the conservative side, and there's good reasons for that, right? But if you're in England, and I think most people in England think this way, right? Most people think, well, I don't really give a fuck about Israel, and I also don't give a fuck about Palestine either. Because Palestine, the people running the show, now you could question whether it's actual Palestinians or whether it's just Iran. Either way, if we were in that position, they'd be fucking rubbing their hands. They'd be happy, right? You think they'd help us? Send us aid? No, they're waiting for countries like USA, UK, France, etc., to be knocked off a pedestal and try work their way up the ranks. And then you could look at it the other way. If you don't care about Israel, right? Okay, maybe Israel wants US to be big because they see them as a big brother they can call up for help. But I'm sure they wouldn't mind being the number one superpower in the world. So would any of them help us? And even so, doesn't matter whether they would help us. They're not going to. Because for them, it's all hypothetical. They're not going to help us. We're not going to call them for help. We never would. At least not on a military level. Look, maybe this on some spy shit. I don't know. Right? But even so, why is it that if I say I don't want to send, I don't know, ammo to Israel, you get a load of people on the right, America mainly, right, saying that I'm a bad guy and I'm not supporting Israel, this, that, and the other. I'm a bad guy. Okay, sweet. But if I also say I don't think we should be sending aid to Palestine or trying to tell Israel what to do, yeah, well then apparently I'm a bad guy too and I'm genocidal. So what the fuck am I meant to do? Like, do you know what I'm saying? And this is the position I think that most people are in, and they feel like they're alone in that position when really they're not. I think that's an overwhelming majority, especially in the UK. And I don't think it's because we're cold-hearted. I don't think it's because we're selfish. I just think that when you're neutral, which in the UK compared to the United States are a lot more neutral, especially when you come outside of government, outside of the military, and you're talking to people on the street, what you find is that most of us have the same outlet, which is, I don't have a side. I don't want to give money to that side. I don't want to give money to this side. I want to keep the money and spend it on this country because this country's going to shit. So I'm just confused. Actually, maybe not confused is the right word. Maybe I'm just sick and tired of being called fucking genocidal by fucking all these Palestine supporters, right? Who, march in the streets and it really annoy me. But also being called, well, maybe not terrorist sympathizer, but also being, called bad allies by the people who are pro-Israel, right? I don't understand how a position of wanting to keep out of it, neutral, like fucking Ireland in World War II, I think, or maybe I was wrong. I don't know. Ireland in something, right? I'm not the best at history, right? But I'm pretty sure it was Ireland in World War II. Someone fact check me. But what's wrong with being neutral? I don't understand. And even more so, look at our track record. When you talk, and look, when I say we, I mean the West mainly, right? But a lot of Americans are going to be thinking we as in just the United States. But, I like to think of the United States, a little bit of the UK, a little bit of, France, Germany, blah, 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 well, maybe not Germany, but years back, Look at the track record we have of intervening in these wars. When we get involved, more people die, right? So, and as we know, especially when you look at, the Ukraine, I don't know what fucking numbers are out. There's not a lot of numbers being shown. People don't really care about it as much anymore. Only the government do. But the journalists are still interested in what's going on in the Middle East. So the journalists, right? And this is what's interesting. It's all a numbers game, right? It's all a numbers game. Okay, at the beginning, Israel was the moral side because they had the October 7th, and then they retaliated, and people were sort of saying, okay, well, it's a retaliation, blah, blah, blah. Then suddenly, because of they're winning so well, right? In terms of war, they're fucking crushing it. right? And what is war? War is killing people. End of. As far as I'm concerned, that is war. People can try and sugarcoat it and call it military operations. No, it's we're going to kill as many as your well, depending where you are. If it's on home land, it's going to be killing a load of people. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I mean, war's ugly, but and I'm not saying that necessarily that all war is targeting civilians, but that's what is going to happen. It's a war, right? So why is it that it's a numbers game when it comes to the deaths and this is why they're bad because they've killed this amount of kids and they've killed this amount of it, which is all bad, but that's war. But when you look at the numbers and say, well, yeah, but every time we got involved here, backfired. 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 Or we got involved and yeah, it worked for a little bit and then there's more tension now that we've left. Right? You know what I'm talking about, by the way, if you know recent history. We're talking a couple years ago, by the way. But I don't understand how us as, civilians, right? Civilians, not journalists and not sort of these celebrities that are bought and paid for. And to be honest, not these big podcasters, because I think the big podcasters are fucking near enough. They're not bought and paid for, but they're scared to get demonetized now. So they're not speaking the truth. And even if they are, they usually don't realize that they've been indoctrinated by, well, actually, mostly the Muslims, right? But either way, why are we letting everybody else tell us that we're bad people? And then being scared to voice our opinions because of it, right? It's the same with transphobia or homophobia, right? Like people are scared to talk because they keep getting guilted by saying, you say that a man can't be a woman, they call you transphobic. And we just let them guilt us into thinking, or not me, but us as a society, let them guilt us. They really make us feel guilty for having an opinion. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Same with, they call you racist, they call you homophobic, they call you genocidal. And some people, I'm sure, and listen, I'm sure there's some people that get called terrorist sympathizer who aren't, right? It works both ways. Like I said, I'm neutral. I'm in England. I'm neutral. But I don't see why, and this is the thing. It sounds harsh when you say it, right? It sounds bad because they've made us think it's bad, but I don't see how that's our problem, And again, you're going to have, and this is the crazy thing. You're going to have, if this video for some reason went viral, you'd have people on the left, right? Saying, or maybe not even people on the left. Let's think about people who are, anti-Russia, super anti-Russia. They're going to say that I'm fucking crazy for not wanting to give money to Ukraine. The people who are pro-Russia are going to say that, well, the people who are pro-Russia are probably pro-Palestine as well, and, pro-Iran, certain parts of, Lebanon, whatever. They're going to call me a fucking genocidal freak for saying that it's none of my business what's going on in the Middle East. And people who support Israel are going to say it's, I should be standing up for them or whatever. It's all the same shit. No matter what you say, all angles, right? All these people who are fucking have these crazy alliances to countries that have nothing to do with them, right? Gonna let you, not me, because you know me. Well, the fact that I'm doing this video tells you enough about me, right? But they're gonna let you feel guilty for having an opinion. And especially, and I'm going to say it, especially the women, right, are getting guilt-tripped, seriously guilt-tripped into suddenly being super pro-Palestine. And they don't, deep down they don't care, but they're just saying it to be nice. Oh, yeah, it's genocide, yeah, share this to your story, yeah, okay, yeah, babe, blah, blah. They're all being fucking tricked. They're all being guilt-tripped. All being, some of them, mainly the women, being indoctrinated through guilt. It's not even propaganda, it's just guilt. It's fucking crazy. Now, also, this is something I need to speak about, right? Because I love Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a fucking legend and a G. But, and a savior, really. He's a hero. And you know, when the time comes that sadly he passes away, well, he might outlive me, fuck knows. But if he doesn't, and I'm still here, I'll be upset, and I think the whole world will. Even the people who don't like him right now will appreciate everything he's done. But every time I go on X, right, or Twitter, there's fucking porn everywhere. I'm on X right now. I'm not going to show you, but there's fucking every time I go through it, it's just fucking porn. Like, and I don't know why. Like, does anyone else have this issue? Like it used to be politics. Do you know what I'm saying? And now it's porn. Is it because everyone's just sharing it? Like, okay, fuck it. I'll show you, right? I'll show you. Let me show you this. Right? Boobs. The fuck is there titties on my fucking X screen for? It's like they fucking want me. What do they want me to do? Right? Porn. Tits. Michael Franzese. Shout out to him. Legend. Porn. Meme. Fight. Ronaldo. Porn. Porn. Bum. Fight. Kamala. P. Diddy. Tate. Porn. What the fuck is going on? Why is there so much fucking porn on my... Oh, mate. I'm telling you. Elon, get behind it, please. Please, please, stop. Because I like to think that I'm kind of strong-minded in a way. But do you know how many fucking guys are going to see this, drop everything they're doing, right, and just start fucking jerking it? It's fucking crazy. I don't get why there's so much porn on this website. I didn't know that was a thing. In all fairness, I know Instagram censors, but you don't see that on Instagram. No, don't get me wrong. Again, free speech is worth it. If I got to fucking scroll past titties and shit, it's worth it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. Also, I mean, this Diddy thing's crazy. Now, I don't know about anyone else, right? If you're watching, maybe you've already had this thought. But did no one notice that the name Diddy was kind of like rapey? Do you know what I mean? Like Diddy as a name is like a fucking like it's like a kiddie fiddler name. Like Diddy, Diddy's gonna get you. I don't know. What song does he even? What songs does he have? I'm 23, right? And I've heard of P Diddy for ages, right? But from like that fucking Kesha, it was a Kesha song TikTok. Like I don't get like. Apparently he killed Tupac. But I don't understand. Like, I'll tell you what I said. Right? I heard of him when I was a kid, and then didn't hear much from him, and then 50 Cent was talking shit about him for ages, right? But I don't understand why. And look, it seems like apparently he's a fucking like bummer or something, or fucking gay rapist, and he touched Justin Bieber. I don't know. Hopefully he didn't. It'd be great if he didn't, but it looks that way, right? And usually, I would say that, you know, allegations, innocent until proven guilty, but when you're in the position he was, which is like in that category, that bracket of untouchable celebrity, you know, usually it's true. If they have to admit this, it's true. And from the sounds of it, it's kind of like like with the Epstein thing, where, you know, him and the Clintons get dragged into it. It's looking like this is having a lot of A-list celebrities from Hollywood and obviously the music industry sort of. There's whispers going on. I'm not saying that there's no names specifically of people who are meant to be involved in this fucking like rapey shit, but yeah, apparently there's a few, and I've seen the parties. But again, call me bad, call me naive, right? Maybe I am. No, look, I know I'm not naive in general, right? But when it comes to this specific situation, like everyone was at them parties, so Are they all rapists? Maybe. They might all be fucking bummers. But I saw a picture of Ashton Kutcher on a swing, on like a rope swing at a white party, and I don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's some women there who seem like, I don't know, maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. Obviously, not not every single person who goes to a party with him is a fucking bum, is a bum or a rapist too. I'm just saying. I don't know. It's not looking good. All right, it's not looking good. But it seems that he's been locked up, denied bail, denied a 50 million bail, and I mean, if you have a $50 million bail, I mean, you would have to give like, I don't know how it works. Isn't it like you pay 10%? I think you'd have to pay £5 million to get out. And then I don't know what the rest is. It's something to do with that. I don't think you pay the full amount, right? But either way, this is mad. I just don't understand how 30 years, like, he must have pissed someone off. I mean, look, it's everywhere. Every podcast you look, everyone's talking about it, and I wasn't going to speak about it, but quickly, all I will say is that he must have fucking pissed someone off, or he must have had someone was protecting him, or maybe he thought he had dirt on people who he doesn't now, and they're not scared of him. I don't know, but listen, it's crazy. It's crazy. But look, anyway, taking 20 minutes of your time, I appreciate it. This has been a midnight monologue. That's that's probably what the caption's going to be, right? That's probably how I'm going to trick you to clicking on this video. But thank you for watching, and please like this video and subscribe to my fucking channel. Yeah, if keep liking my videos, right, and not subscribe. I'm not getting a lot of views anyway. So if you're viewing it, please just don't take anything on your end. It doesn't. It does not take a single thing on your end. It's literally one click, like, scroll down, subscribe. Simple. Please grant me that. Okay? But thank you very much. I appreciate it.